Alright, we once again have big news from the world of the UFC. Khamzat Chimaev, where is this guy? Well, it finally looks like we have an update. When he will return, a solid date, an opponent, a weight. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to a brand new video. Today, I'm finally excited because Khamzat Chimaev hasn't fought since September, took no damage in his last fight, but has been missing. In 2020, he went from having one of the fastest turnarounds to being inactive this whole year. And with Khamzat talking lots of shit on Twitter, I think a lot of us are starting to get fed up, but it looks like the UFC might have a plan for him after all. As always, hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and share. And today's question of the day: how many significant strikes has Khamzat Chimaev absorbed in his UFC career already? The first person to guess the correct answer will get a follow back on Twitter, but I think we've done enough already. Let's just get into this video. Alright, you know it's a good day when we have a sponsor. The sponsor of today's video is actually a sponsor I'm super excited to work with, is Ared. Ared is a streetwear brand from the UK that has designs inspired by mixed martial arts. They have designs inspired by fighters like Darren Till, Paddy Pimblett, and so much more. The people over there were nice enough to send me a hoodie of my own. As you guys could see, you know, it says kill everybody. Like, seriously, I had no idea what these hoodies were gonna look like, but I was insanely surprised. These hoodies look dope as hell. Look, if you guys want to go check out their designs, which I really suggest you guys do, go hit the link in the description and use code JACK10 to get 10% off of your order. That means you're gonna help me as well as help yourself, because you're gonna get some dope ass merch while also getting a massive discount. But let's just get back into the video. Alright, Khamzat Chimaev, we all know him. For those of you guys that don't know, the guy is 10-0. I'm sorry, actually 12-0. And for most of his fights, outside the Gilbert Burns fight, the guy has looked like a monster. Looked like he's been able to do whatever he wants to any opponent he has. And as of September, he was supposed to fight Nate Diaz, the legend, but that fight wasn't able to happen because, of course, Khamzat Chimaev missed weight by almost 9 pounds. Now, because of this, we all know they had to rearrange the main card. He fought Kevin Holland, who just fought last weekend, and demolished him, submitting him in the first round. Basically doing whatever he wanted to Kevin Holland. Now, with this being said, he took no damage in his fight and has proven that he's not able to make 170 pounds. He's had weight issues in the past, especially in UFC 287 in Abu Dhabi. People forget about that one, but he's always had trouble making weight in his career. So it looks like it's time for him to move up. I think there's been some trouble behind the scenes on what's going on, but either way, the guy's been out of the cage. It's April already, and I'm just looking forward for him to fight, man. This guy has lost a lot of his hype because he's just been so inactive, and after missing weight, I'm really worried about him. But it looks like we finally have an update. What's going on with Khamzat Chimaev? Looks like he has his next fight booked. UFC 294, October 21st in Abu Dhabi. Now, as you guys know, every October they go to Abu Dhabi, and Khamzat has fought in Abu Dhabi before. As I mentioned, in 2021, he fought Li Jingliang in Abu Dhabi. Fought multiple times in Abu Dhabi during the coronavirus. This is a familiar home to him. He's definitely going to be the fan favorite there. And we have an opponent in a weight, 185 pounds, a middleweight bout against the one and only Paulo Costa. Now, this fight seems to make sense because all the way back when Khamzat last fought, he had issues with Paulo Costa the week of the fight, talked back and forth in the UFC PI, and I'm here to tell you that this fight is not at all a slam dunk for Khamzat Chimaev, and why I might honestly pick Paulo Costa. This is a close fight. Can I see Khamzat Chimaev winning? Absolutely. I think there's absolutely a path to him beating him, and I think it's going to take patience. I think if we see the Khamzat of old come in and blitz and go for a takedown, I think we're going to see him gas pretty easily, and we're going to see Paulo Costa defend the takedown, and then we're going to see Paulo Costa batter him until he gets a finish. However, if he manages to stay patient, especially with his strikes, go for takedowns when it makes sense, then he can most definitely win the fight. However, some things to consider, you know, you can't really take into account the other fighters he's fought. Paulo Costa, I mean, if you look at the guy is extremely jacked. The guy has had problem making 185 pounds before, so you know he's probably going to be bigger than Khamzat. And the thing that people forget about Paulo Costa, because the guy is a really good kickboxer, he is a jiu-jitsu black belt. He has a good ground game. He just doesn't really go for it so much. The guy has good grappling. This isn't going to be one of those situations where Khamzat is fighting a guy that's just primarily a striker. No, this is still a very hard matchup, and there's a lot of question marks. How will Khamzat handle all that extra weight? We saw him gas out in the Gilbert Burns fight. We saw him get caught with big punches in the Gilbert Burns fight. If Paulo Costa lands some of the shots that Gilbert Burns did, I guarantee you Khamzat isn't going to be able to take those very well. And while we've seen that Khamzat is weighing around 215, which is extremely big for middleweight, like how the hell did he make 170 pounds? I don't know. I just think this is a hard matchup for Khamzat Chimaev. I could see Paulo Costa winning. I'm going to wait a little bit closer. I'm not 100% sure. This is 50-50 in my mind at the moment. Could definitely see a scenario where Khamzat blitzes in, tries to go for a takedown, kind of like Raul Rosas Jr. just did this weekend, start to gas out, and Paulo Costa starts to pick it up. Although Paulo also doesn't have a really good gas tank. The only thing I will say about this fight is, hey, why don't we make this for UFC Sweden? They plan on going to Sweden in July. Khamzat trains in Sweden. Headline main event, Costa versus Khamzat, and then at the end of the year, you do Adesanya versus the winner. It makes all the sense in the world to me. That's a huge main event for Sweden, but they're mostly going to have Jack Hermansson versus a middleweight headline it. But let me know what you guys think of this matchup. I only hope it happens faster just so we can get Adesanya back in there after that amazing performance this weekend. Thank you guys for all the support on the last video. Tons of support there. Tons of comments. I love reading your comments. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave a like if you did, and I'll see you guys in the next one.